Hello everybody, GL1 here, and welcome to my online toy museum. Today I'm going to do part 2 of Gundams. Part 1 was 87 days ago, and today finally getting around to part 2. So this is more small Gundams, and I'm going to start with this little tiny one over here. This is all the way back from 1995. And really, it's just a teeny little Gundam that XXG01W, whatever that is. But it's got a big gun, and it's got a shield. And as you can see, it's quite tiny. And it comes with this stand. And you just push his foot on there. And Mobile Suit Gundam is a anime cartoon. And there are... the idea is that there are characters that fly little ships that connect into the back of the Gundam, and then they control this gigantic robot and or mech suit, really, right? And so here is another version of that Gundam. This is Striker or Strike Gundam, and they're a little bit, to me, like G.I. Joe in that they have an incredible amount of detail. So this is, all the way 20 years ago, back to '03. And I know I got these, they were on clearance, and they were like $6, and I just bought all that they had. So they have so many little details. And let me show you what this one has. So here, I opened this up. Because actually in here you can put a knife. So you can change the hands. It comes with several hands. Let me tilt this camera here and show you. Okay. So you have all these little hands that come with it. So you can change the position of his fingers. Well, you can have like a fist. You can have like a hand that's, gonna pull a trigger. And this hand, you can have it hold a knife. And so he actually has these little blades, and it's like a pocket knife. It folds up, and then you can take it and closed again. Okay. Open that up and slide this in there. So tiny, so easy to lose. And yeah, you got to position it just right in there so it'll close. And I keep doing it wrong. And now it popped out. There we go. Okay. And he has another one on the other side. All right. So there's all kinds of things you can do, like connectors. So there's this that connects onto the back. So there's like the jets to propel him forward. So you can put this on or off. And when you have this on, you have a big gun that you can connect here with a ball joint. And you can click that on. Push that in there. Hear that? All right. And so he can reach up, as if it's like shoulder-launched Gundam. And, and this is actually spring-loaded. So you load the missile and pull that back, and it fires this missile. And you can see it has the little... shape in there to grab a hold of the spring. And this is unusual that you can't just push it in and have it grab. You actually have to pull this back and then push it in and then release this forward, and then it grabs onto it. So that's different. They have a lot of articulation. You can see the heads move all around and, really can fold that arm up. And I know recently they've made Gundams again where you can just buy them not as a model, but just all put together. But these seem to be made really, really well. And I didn't buy any of the new ones because these are just so great. So you have his shield, and he can hold that in different ways. He can hold it in his hand. And the same thing is true with this big gun, actually. So you can pop this off, fold this down, and then he can hold it like this flips. Let's see, I think it doesn't move out. But it can hold it in a different way, kind of like a minigun. just like a powerful laser gun or something like that. And you can, kind of position it maybe the other way, right? So it's like that. And then maybe, oh, I see. There, okay, so you get this hand here, and then you can put that around, and then you can turn his hand up like that. And then, you can fire it, whatever. You just find a way that you want to position that gun in there. And you have different hands, so if you want to use a different, see this has the trigger finger, this one does not, so you just pop those hands right off, like that. So sometimes the hands have a round ball joint connected to the hand, and sometimes the ball joint is in the arm, and then you pop that on. He also came with another gun, this one over here, and this has a handle that can flip and move out of the way. And you can, push that into his hand. There you go. And there he has that gun as well. So, he can have the big shoulder gun and then this kind of like wing shield up here. And, as you can see, it has all kinds of foot articulation, fully articulated ankle and knees. So you can really put it in some great stances. All right, so that is our Striker Gundam. All right, and then moving over here, we have the Royal Gundam. Now, these, I found a trove in some secondhand store. I think they were like $1 each. And this is from 2001. And I don't have the gun that came with this, but this is the Royal Gundam. And, as you can see, it's the same design. It probably came with different hands and things like that. And it has these jets on the back, and look, they're even slightly positionable, so you can imagine that, if he's going to fly that way, you kind of move him over that way, so he's propelling that way. So that's kind of neat. You get all this little detailed articulation, and it's a nice, soft, kind of chewy plastic. You can see I can bend it, and it's not apt to break. And then I bought this little Mini-Mate Godzilla up here just to show you, you can pretend like maybe that's the scale of a Gundam to Godzilla. And that really may not be inaccurate. These things are, gigantic. Well, here is Viking Gundam. And again, the same time period. He came with like an axe or a couple swords, but I don't know. Again, this is the second-hand one. And so I don't know who this goes to. This goes to some Gundam, but I just put it in his hand. And you can see it's got good articulation. He had these shoulder protectors on there, but they're gone. So whoever had this didn't take care of it. But, again, good articulation in the legs. And it belonged to somebody whose initials were SP. So, well, I have it now. So, again, 20 years ago. Now this one, Zeus Gundam, this one's really cool. And I have a big version of that, and that'll be on another show. But, who doesn't like swords and Zeus and, the Greek god Zeus? And again, you have full articulation, and it can put the sword inside the scabbard. And then it's got the jets that move around. So it just looks, pretty neat. Yeah, and then the sword is that bendable plastic. So, as I've mentioned before, you can take it, put it in some boiling water. It'll straighten right out. And then put it, or you can, boil it for just a few seconds and then push it, straight. And then put it under cold water and it'll stay that way. So there's Zeus. And then this is a neat one. This is Flicker. And 2003. And I think this is a female Gundam suit. That's what it looks like to me. But you can see it's got all kinds of battle damage on here. And she has these swords that fold up like that. And then you see what she has is these hands that have like the end of the sword like a dowel, right? So it swings down, and then that pegs into there. So it looks like she's actually holding on to this sword. And you can see this one's broken. So, and then this one's not. But let's say you want to push the swords out of the way, and then you don't want her to have this hand that has a dowel in it, or the edge of the sword. So you can pull that hand off. Okay, see, now that has the ball on the hand, and then you can just change it with one of these hands over here. You know, maybe because the, oh, and the whole arm fell off. Or, yeah, so that can happen. So again, just a ball joint, snap that on, and then a shoulder, and then just push that on. And so being that that sword's broken, you know, this isn't going in really well. Let's see, maybe this one will. There we go. All right, so she can now do a karate chop. Oh, and that fell off again. So it's easy fall apart, easy put back together. But she also ruined my surprise. So the surprise is what was on her back. So you see this? So this is one of the spaceships. So, you know, it can fly in there. And then this has a little, an interesting detail to it. So this actually, see how that pulls in and out? So you couldn't, it wouldn't go in front unless you extended this just a little bit. So then it's out like that. And then you take this ship. So let's say you're docking into your Gundam, and then you would dock into the back here. Got some fuzzies here. And it's not docking really easily, though. You know what? That's because it doesn't go to this. But, well. All right, so, oh, that's this one. Yes, yes. Okay, so here's the ship for her. So, there, you have your little ship, and then this one's simpler, and then that just docks right in back, and there. And then that can go up, or you can position them like that, and you see it has rockets, so the ship can help propel the Gundam forward. And then just peg that in. So she has one karate chop hand, one working sword, and then, all right, you have your spaceship inside the Gundam. All right, so then there's this fella. This is the Neros Gundam here. All right, kind of like the Viking guy, right? And it's missing like these red spiky pieces that can go in here. And there's, yeah, they were on the forearms as well. But again, secondhand, all right. So, you know, like I said, it's probably $1. So, and lots of great articulation. And yet the spaceship was not missing. And that's that cool spaceship I was showing you. And then that docks into the back there and then folds in. And if you want, you know, you can put those up like that. All right. So pretty cool. You know, he's got his great battle axe and shield. So that's a really neat Gundam. They're a lot like Voltron, you know, except that there's like just one ship and one Gundam. All right, so maybe the neatest Gundam of all I have here is the Dragon Gundam. And what I really liked about this is look at all the joints it has in the dragon neck arm. And then you have your dragon here, and you can put your fist inside there or not. You can actually, the fist can come off like that, and then you can just have a dragon mouth. But in pictures, I saw it like that. All right, so pretty good articulation, a lot of battle damage. Look at that leg, but he's still good to go. And then, well, same nice surprise. You have a ship that holds on these wings, you know, kind of like Mothra in the Godzilla storylines. All right, so here's your little Gundam spaceship. That's supposed to come out. There you go. All right. It also had flames, like you could put flames, take the fists out and put these orange flames. I'm sure this is one that I bought, and I don't usually like to put flames in their arms. So this is a long time, 20 years ago, I probably put it somewhere in a drawer box. And I don't know where it is right now, but it doesn't matter. You can look it up, Dragon Gundam. So here's the little spaceship that comes with it. Actually, yeah, it would be like that. So it would fold down. This is different. And then, and you can fly that along. And then it docks into its Gundam. And, you don't have to put the wings on. It can just be like that, the energy wings, right? Like that. Well, what got me thinking Gundam anyway was this in the Gundam 1 show, 249. I got these Gundams from the Dollar Tree, and they were like $1.25. And so this is your standard, most popular Gundam. And yeah, the legs come off really easily. Now, let me show you that. And the waist, but that's for a reason. So you can see it's, a different scale, but similar parts. And here's our Gundam. You can see the back, it's got the jets, similar to this fella here. Yeah, there's some jets underneath there, and a little different arrangement. But actually, the head and everything is a bigger scale. Well, it lights up. So what you do is you take this LED pieces and stick them in here, and the legs come off. They kind of squeeze on there, but they fall off easily. I glued them on the other Gundams, but I'm going to show you how the lights work. Okay, so I've got the light module here, and actually has a switch, and you just switch that on, and then you can stick that inside your Gundam. And then the other accessories you have for your Gundam is you have this piece here that I guess you can put it maybe this way. So it probably is supposed to go this way. But it's going to fall out easily. So that's going to have to be probably glued in there. And then the shield just pegs into the forearm here. And then here's the other hand that has, some kind of gun. There's the hand. And then this, you can pretend launches off. But you can see how that can get lost. All right, and then that will stick on there. Okay, that actually has a lot of pressure to put that in, so that's good. All right, and then we'll turn this on here. And we'll put this in our torso. And see, it kind of only lets you put it in one way. And then it shuts off. It's there all the way over. Okay, put that in there. And then, everybody get excited. There you go. Look at that. The eyes, the torso. That is really neat looking, right? And this is supposed to be a samurai sword. So, it doesn't pull out, but that's what it's representing. So there you go. This is Gundam number 2. Oh, here. Oh, okay. I see. I was wrong about this. So here's the other sword piece. All right, and this, where does this go? That's not sure where that goes. Let me discover that. Ah, okay, so it goes onto the gun. All right, there you go. All right, so it's a targeting thing. Yeah, that's going to get lost. Definitely, you should glue that in. All right, so there you go. Pretty neat. And then you can compare them to Strike Gundam. And you can see, of course, the similarity. And for $1, right? Pretty awesome. All right, well, thank you for watching Gundam number 2, and there will eventually be Gundam 3, because I have some large Gundams to show you, and I even have some knockoff Gundams. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to showing you more later. Take care.